Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Coffee Shop Chat. I'm Mr. Controversy. So, before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. For those of you who have, I appreciate it. You're up to about 248, 49 some odd subscribers. And as always, I ask that you hit the like button just to get the video into the algorithm and comment at the end. I just like to hear what people have to say. I appreciate you, those of you who have been saying stuff, making comments on the videos. So, if you already haven't heard, Daniel Perry is found innocent, not guilty. I said it. I had some stupid friends that were they're upset, but whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and see what happened.
A raucous scene of protest on both sides when Daniel Penny arrived at court Monday morning. Within 2 hours, he entered the courtroom to learn that a jury found him innocent.
Crushed. Disgusted.
The reaction from the uncle of Jordan Neely captures many of the emotions over the verdict in the case in which his nephew was held down for nearly 6 minutes by Marine Corps veteran Daniel Penny and ultimately died in what prosecutors called a chokehold death case. Penny was found not guilty.
Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
That's outside of the courthouse. No cameras were allowed inside the courtroom, but the reactions were similar when the jury acquitted the 26-year-old Penny in the choking death of Neely in a subway car in May of last year. Right when the verdict against Penny was announced, there were audible gasps, weeping, and some applause. Victim Jordan Neely's father was ordered removed after he shouted at Daniel Penny. The father was more subdued but still very disappointed outside of court.
It hurts. Really, really hurts. I had enough of this. The system is rigged.
For their part, Daniel Penny and his legal team had a celebratory toast over beers right after the verdict came down. His lead attorney, Thomas Kenneth, posted the picture on social media. He gave us permission to show it, but is not yet commenting publicly after the team was rushed out of court. That happened just after the 7 women and 5 men on the jury were also rushed out. A legal expert points out that Jordan Neely's family is seeking a civil trial in this case.
You don't even need a unanimous decision in most civil cases, so that can go forward.
But the family says they're not satisfied.
Last week, the jury they couldn't decide. But they come back this week and they give up on us.
Gwen Carr, activist and mother of police chokehold victim Eric Garner, joined with Neely's family.
No one deserves to be choked to death. We have to speak out, speak up, and stand up.
So I'm gonna just jump in here and say this real quick because I have another video, so just bear with me. First of all, I want to know. I'm tired of people using these little kid photos. When he was a grown ass man. He was not no little kid. They took pictures from when he was much younger, probably a teenager. You can look at his face. That is not what he looked like when the incident occurred. He was a grown behind man, not some little kid. And for some reason, the media loves to do it. They love to take the best innocent looking photo, but he already been arrested 43 times. So why you didn't get one of his mug shots and throw that up there? Choose one of his 43 mug shots from his arrest and use that. Stop using these little kid photos, throwing back 15 and 20 years, whatever, the difference of the age that he was. But that's what they do it. And I get sick and tired of people doing that. He was a threat from what plenty of people in the train were saying. And Daniel, he was the only one that did something. Now, what if he would start beating on women, told some elderly women, whatever that was on there, start beating on them? And then the men just sat by and did nothing. Then the narrative would have been, oh, these men are sorry. They won't stand up for nothing. But you have somebody who was preemptive and jumped in to stop something from happening because the guy already said, I don't care if I die. Well, I mean, it could sound horrible. He got his wish. He said he didn't care. Apparently, he didn't care. And now you have the family, they're going to try to make money off a civil case. But my thing is, where was his daddy? Where was his uncle? Because everybody, they all popping up now. Where were they during all 43 arrests? If they know he had a mental illness, why they didn't have him committed? If they knew he had a drug problem, why they didn't have him, they didn't turn him in. You can turn, in New York, you can turn him in. We have this thing that's called Bellevue. At one point, they used to pay you, I'm not bullshit, they used to pay you $1,000 if you brought somebody in. Why they didn't bring him in? Say, hey, he's a threat to himself and the others on the street. We just want to keep him in here until he can get, he can get his mind straight, whatever, whether it's through medication or what have you. But none of them did that. So now, because he's died, now it's an issue. Now they have a problem with someone because of the actions which he took that led to that circumstance. But that's not all. You guys see this other video. These are the protesters.
Wait, Joe, wait. All right, hold on.
Get off.
Come around this way.
He was hungry! He was killed for being poor! No justice, no peace! Shame on you! No justice, no peace!
This is fucking sick. They don't give a goddamn about us. I didn't hurt nobody or kill no goddamn body. But I did more time than that man did for killing somebody.
So now we're following criminals. This man just admitted that he's been in jail, so he's done some years. And these are the people that they want to run behind and follow. Okay.
They don't get no justice! They don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice! They don't get no peace! No justice! No peace!
Get my vote! You're going down, Mr.
Why you threaten me? Why you threaten me? You can't threaten me.
This is going down! Mr.
Threaten me.
I know you hear us! You know you hear us! Where is America great? Where's America great? Where's America great? Mr. Donald, Mr. Trump, where's America great? Only for the white people? Only for the white soldiers?
So there you have a bunch of idiots. And those are the people who make those of us with common sense, black folks with common sense, look bad. This is why we get categorized, because of people like them. They have an issue because of what happened. So one of my friends, he used to write on Facebook, talking about Daniel was he said he was kicked out the Marines. Daniel Perry did his contract, even deployed to Afghanistan, and he got out. He has the honorable discharge, not a dishonorable. He has the honorable discharge. And I commented that on his page on Facebook. I said, people like you need to be sued for putting out false information. And I told him he was not kicked out. He was not kicked out the Marines. He served his time and he got out. Then my question I posed to him and all the people that was ate everything up, because I told him, I said, y'all need to start doing research and stop being sheep and listen to everything that you hear on me because of what the media says. Because somebody on the media said that they say he was discharged. They didn't say he was dishonorable. They just say he was discharged. which is an honorable discharge. And they ran with that. And my exact words to him, I said, okay, you know I was in the military. You know the training that I've had. If I would have did the same thing to him, because that's the same type of move I would use. It's a rear naked choke. That's what I would do. Because it's used to subdue the person. Mainly is to put them to sleep, to knock them out. And so we can actually, if you look at, I mean, if you search, but you look at all the gear that we wear, we don't have time to be sitting trying to fight nobody and rustle. We go to the most dominant move that we can get you in. And once we get you in it, that particular move, because I always use that. Even during training. People already knew. They was like, he's going to go for your back. They was like, he's going to go for your back. And that's what I would do. I always went to get you from the back. Because once I'm at it, there's nothing you can do. Once I've got people like that, and I pretty much slept their ass. They went to sleep. But this was the point. You put the cuffs on them, and you sit them up, and you're doing those. Hit them on the neck, get the blood flowing, and they wake up. They're gonna be a little discombobulated, but they wake up. That's the only thing I say he went wrong. I think he didn't want to do that to him. He just had it. He held it enough to, because he wasn't choking, he wasn't gasping or nothing. When the police showed up, they said he was breathing fine and everything. It was until after he got into their custody. So how is it that choke is what killed him? And that's what I guarantee you. That's what the jurors was like. Hey, when they got there, he was fine. He didn't die until this particular point. But then even that you doing that move, it's not something that you do knowing it's like, hey, if I do this, I'm gonna kill him, or I could possibly kill him. You don't think that. Because it's not applied tight enough to do that, to like break your neck or anything like that. That is not the purpose of that move. But they charged him, but they didn't charge anybody else. Like I said, that was holding his arms down. And if my mom was still here, my grandma was there, and they was on the train, and he was there, man, I would shake that guy's hand like, hey, I know it's probably bothering you what happened, but I appreciate that you stood up for my mother, or you stood up for my grandmother, because there were a lot of women on there. So we can't have it both ways. At some point, you can't pick and choose. And I know why they pick and choose, because it was a white guy that did it. But like I said, if it was a black person that did it, nothing would be said. Black lives matter wouldn't be out there, because this is just a money grab for them. Their parents wouldn't been out there because they trying to do a civil case, trying to go do a civil suit. It's a money grab for them. And I don't think they're going to get anything. I think the people who's going to sit on there can be like, well, he wasn't charged for this. He was found innocent. We can't really say that he meant to do it. It just happened. So, hey, that's all I got, YouTube. I just like to hear what you think on this whole deal between, do you think he should have been found guilty? Like I said, I'm going to stand on it 10 toes. I commend him for what he did. And it's not just because that he's a veteran, but he did the right thing. He came to the aid of people who said they needed help, that he felt that needed help. And the people there felt the guy was a threat. No one knew what he was going to do. So, as I said, I ask you guys, just please like the video, share it. You can share it on X or whatever other platforms you have. But I'd like to hear what you think about this whole ordeal. And it's Mr. Controversy, and I'm out.